Tuesday.
That's right.
All righty.
We got a book.
We got a book. Yes, we do have a great book. And that's one thing that we always like to do here at Quality Digest, whether it be on QDD, our newsletter, on our website, and particularly here on Quality Digest Live, is to bring to your attention new books that help develop the performance excellence mindset. I got one right here. It is the 9.5 Principles of Innovative Service. And that's by author, speaker, trainer, and I'm very honored to say, pleased to say, Quality Digest contributor Chip Bell. The book, it's a terrific read. It's filled with great stories, practical advice about one of the most important, probably the most important factor in business success, and that, of course, is customer service. So, to talk further about the value of innovation, innovative service as a business differentiator, we're joined now by the man himself, Chip Bell. Chip, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Good to see you, Dirk.
Hey, and I understand we don't have video from you, but at least we can hear you, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, we can show.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. What can I do to get video?
We can always show this, too, so we have that.
Yep.
Hey, I like that.
Well, sometimes it happens with Skype.
That looks great.
Sometimes with Skype, you have a feed problem, but it's fine. We can hear you. We can talk about it. So,
okay, perfect.
Let's get into a little bit there, Chip. So we all know about value-added service, but you identify something early in the book called value-unique service. So what's that all about? How can it help you connect better with customers?
Well, I think value added is basically taking what the customer expects and sort of add more. It's the old concept of the baker's dozen. And the challenge with that is today is it's gotten expensive. It's gotten pricey. We used to say, well, you're such a great guest, we're going to upgrade you to the fancy floor, the concierge level, or we are a frequent flyer, so why don't we upgrade you to first class? And so now I got to sell that seat. I got to sell that room on the fancy floor. So I think it's gotten a lot more expensive to look for how we create that baker's dozen. So with that, I think the other factor that the book is about is the fact that customers today don't really get many surprises, really unexpected surprises. Today as a frequent flyer, I fly every week. When I get upgraded to the first class, I know it's not the gate attendant that did it. I know it's the computer who did it. When I get that upgrade to a better room, I know it's not the front desk clerk who did it. It's the computer. It is managed. And so we don't really get the kind of wowing, unexpected surprise. So the book's about how do we create those simple, unexpected experiences that cause that customer to go, that's different, that's unique, and take their breath away.
Oh, go ahead, Derek.
Okay, well, Chip, I was just going to say, it seems like, flipping through the book, it seems like a lot of the things you say are just, they're common sense. It seems like common sense to do everything you can do to find and retain customers, yet it seems that really excellent customer service is rare.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think two things. One is, it is common sense, but it's not common practice, as we all know. And I think one of the main reasons it's not common practice is we've taken a lot of the authority away from the front line. As profits get squeezed, as margins get thin, many times leaders react by over-controlling and managing to make sure it's all done consistently the same way every time. And when it comes to a great experience, it can't be the same way all the time. It needs to be unique. That's what customers want. That's what customers expect. And it's a frontline person who needs to be empowered, resourced, and trained to deliver that unexpected experience. So that's what I think makes it different is the squeeze on profits, and we think, therefore, I should make it much more difficult for the front line to have the authority to go the extra mile. One of my favorite examples is the Great Ritz-Carlton, which is renowned for the kind of service they provide. They even their housekeepers are empowered to spend up to $2,000 to make sure a guest leaves happy. Now, they didn't just send out an email. They didn't have a meeting say, okay, now you can spend up to $2,000. Obviously, they prepared them to make smart decisions. But the fact that if you can empower a housekeeper to spend $2,000, you can do a lot with your call center operator or the teller in the bank or the flight attendant or all those people who are delivering that frontline service.
More than just following some script, and you've got to stick to the script.
Well, and I think that's exactly what it is here, because many times we tend to blame that individual person, right? We look at it and we say, well, I got poor customer service. That person was having a bad day, or they're not happy, they're not good at their job. But But Chip, when you say it's really more of a kind of a what would you call a systems problem, right? I mean, it's really the system, the culture of the organization. Like Ritz-Carlton is a great culture. Some other organizations may not be as good. So how does an organization take that approach, that enterprise-wide approach, to improving service?
I think it starts with leaders, and starts with leaders who understand the importance of delivering great service to customers and the kind of return on your investment you can get with delivering a great experience, not just meeting their needs. Today, customers are overstimulated, over-entertained. Their expectations are higher. They go to Disney. They look at everybody differently. They go to deal with anybody who's delivering great service, and we all get them periodically in our lives, and that elevates their expectations. I think because of that, and because we now have social media where when I don't get a good experience, I can tell thousands of people very quickly, I think it's incumbent on leaders to say, we need to trust our front line a lot more. I need to let go of the reins, and I need to include my front line in helping them be the great scouts they are, and share with me the kind of customer intelligence that enable me to deliver the experience that customers go, that works for me.
Yep. Well, Chip, I think that's great. You know, I would recommend to anyone out there, check this book out. Again, Chip Bell. It's the 9.5 Principles of Innovative Service. And I think that it's out there. There's actually an article that we have in QDD that you can check out, and you can order the book right from there. You can find out more information. So,
and Chip, actually, I got just one last question.
Sure.
I mean, I'm interested. You wrote a book that was really, I mean, it's very simple to read. It's kind
fun.
of
It's fun to read.
Anecdotes.
Yeah.
It's easy
Quotes. Yeah.
Well, what was the reason for that? It's not this deep management book. You know, is that because you're trying to reach management and it's got to be simple?
That's a good point, Dirk. Actually, no. I wrote it for the front line, actually, because I think I've written a lot of books.
Oh, did we lose Chip?
Are we still there, Chip?
For the kind of inspiration and instruction to the front line that, despite the fact that my hands are frequently tied, there are things I can do to deliver that unexpected, that surprising experience that delights. And so in many ways it's written, and I'm having great success with people who are now buying hundreds of copies, and let's give one to all of our front line, because it is designed to say, what can you do on the front line, even with limited resources and limited authority, to deliver that kind of unexpected, value, unique experience to the customer.
All right, well, Chip Bell, author of 9.5 Principles of Innovative Service. Chip, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Always good to be with you.
Okay, terrific. Thanks,
We'll
man.
talk to you soon. Thanks, Chip. Good stuff there. I like that, Dirk. I like to throw that in there because it is. I mean, when you read this book, you're going to find it's a fun read, a quick read, a lot of good information in there, a lot of good advice, and great quotes. I always love great quotes.
Some common sense stuff, too.
Common sense stuff, too. So check that out and share it with your team, with your frontline folks, and you get a lot of benefit out of it. Okay, well, that's our show for this week.